Dear students, as we have covered 15 rules of subject verb agreement, so I'm here again to complete the rest 4 rules to complete this section. Okay, one thing before starting up, one thing is very much essential to discuss with the students. If something is not clear at any point, it is guided to all the students. Please leave your comments in the comment section of videos. It is very much important for me to understand where I'm lacking or what thing is not clear to the students. Is it clear? Please mention your comments. That is not just a comment, that is the guidelines. Then those will be the guidelines for me to improve or change something. So here rule number 16 is in front of you, if I'm not wrong. Before going through the rule number 16, please have a sight to these all 5 different sentences. So the first one is 1/3 of the city is are unemployed. Half of the pizza is are given to the needy. 1/3 of the people is are unemployed. 2/3 of his wealth were given to his nephew, and half of the cars from his collection were taken away by his daughter. So the thing is, we are we have to see the subject very much clearly here. The subject is not just one word, that is a combination of words, means the subject is given in a form of a phrase. So what is that? 1/3 of the city. So it is clearly visible. City is the main noun which is in singular form, and 1/3 is attached to it, or 1/3 is giving some specific percentage or portion, a part is shown of the city. Exactly in the same way, in the second sentence, pizza is given, which is in singular form, and a particular part of the pizza is discussed in the rest phrase at the place of subject. Exactly in the third one, in the same way, people, which is in plural form, and 1/3 of the people are discussed, means in the sentence, the subject is placed with the people with its 1/3 part. In the fourth sentence, wealth, we generally consider this as plural. That's why I mentioned this as plural, this one plural. So wealth, 2/3 of his wealth, means a particular portion is discussed of wealth, and it is used at the place of a subject. Exactly in the last one, half of the cars from his collection. From his collection, this is just the uh, supportive uh, supportive combination of words, but half of the cars is the main subject, which is in plural form as cars. This is not just car. And what portion is discussed, that is half of the cars, means as much cars are there with that person, half of the cars from his collection were taken away by his daughter. So the rule says, if a particular portion or majority or part is discussed or is placed at the place of subject, we are supposed to take the verb according to the main noun. According to the main noun. According to the main noun means here in this complete phrase, which is placed at the place of a subject, the city is the main noun. The pizza is the main noun. People is the main noun. Wealth is the main noun. Cars is the main noun. So the verb will be used as per these nouns instead of anything else. So the rule number 16 says portion, person, part, majority. Describe the object. Then after of determines the verb as singular or plural. It means if a particular portion, person, part, majority is given at the place of a subject with some specific noun, so noun decides the verb. I think it is clear to all the students, and that's why the sentence formed as 1/3 of the city is, half of the pizza is, 1/3 of the people are, 2/3 of the wealth were, and half of the cars from his collection were. Rule number 17. What rule number 17 says? Please please understand these few sentences which will make you clear. Rule number 17. Here a pair of planes is given at the place of a subject. A pair of shoes is given in the second one, and a pair of tube lights is given at the at the place of subject in the third sentence. So planes, it is clearly visible as is attached to it at the end. So this is in plural form. Shoes too is in plural form. And tube lights, this is not just tube light, this is tube light. So this too is in plural form. But what is important? Planes we are talking about in plural form, but a pair of planes we talked about. Shoes we are talking about in plural form, but a pair of shoes is talked about. Tube lights is in plural form, but a pair of tube light is used as a place of subject. So the thing is, the rule says, if a phrase a pair of is used in a sentence at the place of a subject with nouns, nouns never decides those nouns never decides the verb whether they are in singular or plural, irrespective of their singularity or plurality. We always take care, we always consider, we always keep the verb as per the combination a pair of, because it guides us the sense of singularity. A pair of plane, हम एक कुछ जोड़े की बात कर रहे हैं. We are talking about that pair of planes. Forget about the planes, we are talking about just a pair. Forget about that shoe. How many shoes you purchase? A pair, that is singular. How many tube lights you purchase? A pair of tube lights. So that is all about something which is important to decide the verb. So rule number 17 says, when the phrase a pair of is used at the place of a subject of any sentence, it takes singular verb even when just after this please even when just after this phrase a plural noun is mentioned. So the sentence formed as a pair of planes is in hanger, a pair of shoes was purchased, and a pair of tube lights is shining this room. Next rule. Rule number 18. Again, before going through the rule number 18, we'll understand few sentences so that we can reach a bit closer to the rule. Here, we need to have a sight on the subject: more than a dozen, more than 3 crore people, and more than 20 companies of car. These three sentences have different phrased different phrase used at the place of subject. So here, more than a dozen, more than 3 crore people, and more than 20 companies of car. So 20 companies. यदि मैं इस कार को भी हाइड कर देता हूं, दैट इज, यदि मैं इस कार को भी हाइड कर देता हूं, जस्ट वन सेकेंड ओनली. Yes. More than this combination, more than a dozen, more than 3 crore people, and more than 20 companies. If such combination is given at the place of a subject with some noun decides what verb will be used in the sentences. The rule number 18 says, when more than is used at the position of a subject, the word that comes after it determines whether the verb will be used in singular or plural. Is it clear what I said? It means if more than is used at the place of subject, the word which comes after this phrase, that decides the verb of a sentence. So the sentence comes in this formation: more than a dozen sacrifice their life, more than 3 crore people, which is in plural, go to be a part of the Mahakumbh, and more than 20 companies of car are doing business in Indian market. So 20 companies, that is in plural, that's why a plural verb is used. We have reached to the last rule of subject verb agreement. So what is that? What is this? Before going through the last rule, please have a sight on these all sentences. I am reading for you. Somebody is in dad's room. Everyone has have to decide one rule to live. Everything look similar to understand. Everybody is going to celebrate party. Nobody was this one. Nobody was ready to accept the fault. Anyone is welcome to be a part of it. Someone is trying to enter in a house, and something is really desired to highlight, if I'm not wrong. all of you can understand, only few words are used. Few words are used at the place of subject, like not any other noun is used except these all. Somebody here is used, everyone, everything, everybody, nobody, anyone, someone, and something. These few words are used at the place of subject, and if these words are used, these words decide the verb of the sentences. So what rule says? Rule says indefinite pronoun. I didn't mention these all actually, because this is the part to discuss in the next lectures, where I'll brief something about the pronouns. These all words are considered as indefinite pronouns. So forget about indefinite pronouns, because we will understand this in my next lectures. Indefinite pronouns like everyone, everything, everybody, nobody, anyone, someone, somebody, something. If these words are used at the place of subject alone, it is must to use only and only singular subject with these. Is it clear what I said? If these such words are used like somebody, everybody, everything, uh, every, everyone, sorry, somebody, everyone, everything, everybody, nobody, anyone, someone, something. These all are used in these all sentences alone, without a combination of another nouns. So these all are placed as a subject. Yes or no? These all are placed as a subject. Actually, these all are pronouns which are placed at the place of subject, and we know only nouns and pronouns have the authority to be placed at the place of subject. So these all are placed as a subject, and as we discussed, as per rules, we are supposed to take only and only singular form of verb. That's why the sentence is formed as somebody is in that room, everyone has to decide one rule to live, everything looks similar to understand, everybody is going to celebrate party, nobody was ready to accept the fault, anyone is welcome to be a part of it, someone is trying to enter in the house, in our house, and the last one is something is really desired to highlight. So students, very much clearly, I tried to explain all the related rules of subject verb agreement. Still, if something is not clear, I'm instructing, I'm guiding, I'm saying, please, whatever you do, consider this as, please leave your comments. Forget about English, forget about Hindi, whatever language you are comfortable in, to mention your comments, your understanding, your thought, what you understood with the help of the videos. Please mention that in the comment section. It is really very much needed, because this channel, this work is done for you only, not for anyone else. In my next lecture, we will discuss about something noun and the different categories of nouns as well. Okay, so be ready. Very soon I'll upload the video of this one as well. Thank you very much for today, and have a great day, and be safe and protected. Thank you very much, everyone.